Good afternoon from Unicorn. Here we are, it's Friday and time for the live stream. If you do tune in, do put me a comment in the box so I can see what you guys have to say. Just going to do a brief chat today. I'm going to talk briefly about me and what I've done, my background and how the business came about briefly because I feel like it needs sort of reiterating a bit. I'm going to have a bit of a business update and got some confirmation news to make to you. And then I'm going to have the brief word about Easter. First of all, so obviously I'm an island girl, grew up on the island, spent my young years down the parks, down the beaches, having a great time, but I was quite aware there was a world outside of the island as a youngster, so off I went to uni. I went to uni in Essex and wanted to challenge myself at that point in my life, so I studied international relations, which being dyslexic as well, and I wasn't a perfect teenager, it was quite an achievement to come out of it at the end of it with my degree. But actually before I actually went to uni, and something happened, and that was when I was in high school, and I started noticing things around me like buses. Oh, hey Kai, thanks for tuning in. So when I was at school, I started noticing things. So like there was enough things on for young people to do, or there weren't enough buses, or where people needed help. And I was very, very aware of this. And even at a young age, I think I must have been 15, I stood for the Isle of Wight Youth Council and I was elected, and I got experience in that way. So I've always had a real community foundation to my personality and an awareness of others and the community that I live in. So that's really the roots of it. So after uni, went up to Leeds, and initially my first thought of how can I help people? Hi Louise, thank you as well for tuning in. Happy Friday. So as the first thing I wanted to help people, initially I thought, right, I'll go into politics here. So I did have a good, I must have been 4 or 5 years up there, and all started very grassroots of knocking on doors, and in the middle of sort of Yorkshire, coming from being an island girl, going up there, going up to Leeds, knocking on doors and listening, really getting out there and listening to people. The thing about knocking on a door is you never know who is going to answer it, and the conversations that you have with people and listening to their concerns, I think it creates something inside. It's when you sit and knock on someone's door, or even just speaking to someone in daily life and have conversations with people, you feel an exchange. It's like a soulful exchange that goes on. It's something really meaningful. So did politics for quite a while. I did social media within the political environment. So I ran campaign pages for elected representatives. I ran the constituency social media page, and we were very, very successful. We mobilised a lot of volunteers, a lot of support through that social media that I did. After politics, I kind of felt so strongly about the community that I wanted to go more community. So what I did then is I became a community organiser, and we had training, and again it was similar to the political things, but I say it was more community. So it was literally my job every day to go out there on knocking on doors. But what made it a bit different from politics is there was no agenda. And it was more community based, so getting people, it was a lot around local parks, amazingly, that people always wanted a green space where they could relax, they could have fun with their children, it could make them proud of where they lived. When there was issues with the parks, people did get very upset about it, very passionate about it. And I just learned from these experiences really about the power of social media. Like there was a park in Castleford, and it was very, very poor condition, and I met with young people and they told me they were worried about the park, and we set up a Facebook page. Within 1 or 2 days we had 500 likes on that Facebook page. I think that demonstrates the power of community and social media, and how they can have a really good relationship to help each other. And that really just illustrates how my passion for social media came about, and the experience and success that I've had with social media. And as well, it really defines what my brand, Unicorn, and my personal brand is about. And that is about being authentic, being credible, and being genuine. I am a straight up person, and it may be to my downfall sometimes. And I do not ever listen to stories about people or businesses or environments. I always, and what I learned as a community organizer through my training is you judge people for yourselves. You don't listen to what other people say. So just to add on a little bit extra to my experience of how this came about, I then went to a mill. Anyone that knows me knows I love mills. My brother Lewis was always taking the mickey out of me for it. And part of my job was to restore this mill to a working mill to produce flour, which was very much out of my comfort zone. But we used social media to get volunteers involved, to raise interest around the mill. And we were put on a number of events at the mill to raise funds for the community, all aided through social media. So just moving on from that now, just to talk a little bit more about Unicorn. So Unicorn is a social media agency, and we are an original company, and we are creative and innovative. And we are Ireland based and Ireland focused, and that's how I wanted it to be. In social media, you can immediately get on the global stage. You can talk to people in America, Australia, anywhere, but that's not what I want. I wanted to set up a company that's on the Isle of Wight for the Isle of Wight. And that is what I am doing. We are very pro-community as well. I will never outsource work to anybody from the mainland or any other people there. I believe there's enough skills, enough talent, enough people on the island for any work, any jobs that certain people have certain expertise better than mine. That's all going to be outsourced on the island. Another thing that we don't do is we do not say that it's going to cost X amount of money for 90 minutes of our time. We actually clearly set out packages and clearly sets out what we will deliver and realistically and what we will need from you to enable us to deliver this. We don't just say your 90 minutes is up, right, that's X amount of money and now this is finished. That is definitely not our approach. Okay, let me just have a look at this. So next thing, what's that? I'll just drop we have got the landline now. So I just, let's say proud, I think this is the first business landline I've ever had. So obviously 01983 53 2228, and I'll write it in the comment box. So now you can all contact me at the office. That's what I want to talk about, packages. Because originally on the account management packages, I've set a price of about £450 at an introduction offer of 400. And on reflection, I think for certain companies that is fitting for what I would deliver for them. I think it's appropriate. But I'm definitely going to be looking at doing some smaller, more affordable packages for smaller businesses. Probably in the region, a lot less. I'm not too sure on the figure, but it's going to be a lot less than that. Hopefully be more affordable for smaller businesses to get somebody to help them manage their account on sort of daily, weekly basis. So I'll bring you details of that soon. I'd just like to affirm my links with the local directory. I know there was a couple of guys tuned in, Kai, Louise, and I think it's Juro. I don't know if I say the name right, Juro, the dog walking lady. They are the local directory team. And just really to really just say about my links to them, because I just think as an organisation, they are very similar in terms of their principles and what they're about, are very similar to me. So I just like to sort of put out there that I hope that we're going to be working together in the future and we'll be united. And I'm looking forward to their team building event on Tuesday. Go over to their page, find out more info about that. And then the next announcement is confirmation that we are going to be working on something with Alex Watts's blog. So the event, I put together a social media proposal after meeting with Alex last week, and I'm very happy to confirm Alex has said yes, he loves it, he's very happy with it. So we're going ahead now, I'll be making a little bit more of a comprehensive plan with some timelines and deadlines to when we can get the content specifically delivered, and I'll be working very closely with Alex to develop this content. I'm not going to say too much about the event now. I talked about it last week, and I'm going to be talking about it a lot more, I'm sure, over the coming weeks and months. It's something I'm really, really passionate about and super excited, and just obviously there's stuff going on in the background here, and I actually got feedback from Alex about 8:30 last night saying, yes, I think it's great, and it made my day a lot better, shall we say. It really made me very happy about that. So anyways, guys, I am going to wrap up in a second, and I don't normally do this, but I was a little bit inspired this morning. I got up quite early today and listened to Radio 4. It is. I do like the Today Show. I'm a bit of a geek. I do like to hear what's going on in the world, and there was a religious message going on there. And even though I'm not religious, I'm not gonna say I'm not religious. I do sort of think about things, but I think we can learn that obviously today is Good Friday, and I think being like in a circular country, sometimes they think about it, but obviously this is the day that Jesus died on the cross, you know, for us. And I was just reading an article online by James Martin, and he was saying about 3 lessons you can learn from this. And one of them is suffering is part of life, which I think we can all agree with, physical and mental, it happens. Second, suffering is not caused by sin. Sometimes you don't have to do something wrong to experience the pain and suffering. And thirdly, suffering is not the last word. And I just think that's a nice note, because I think some of us are suffering a bit today. I'm trying to not let it affect me, but I think underneath it is. But I just think I can take something out of that, and it just gives me the strength really to carry on through it all, and just take it with a pinch of salt and push on, because I honestly believe in my heart that the right people and the right things will persevere at the end of the day over other things. So hope you all have a good Easter. I want to try and relax a bit, but I've got lots of work to be doing. So thanks for listening, guys. Hope you all have a great weekend. Take care. Bye bye.